So recently I made a post on this app about my stepchildren and how I saw them. I didn't like calling them stepkids, as well as making sure that I loved on them a specific way that they knew that they were my kids for life, regardless of our titles and differences. With that said, that's the hardest thing I've ever done. I've been through Marine Corps boot camp. I've been through Army officer school. I've been through firefighting boot camp. If you combine all of that experience, I've been through combat. If you combine all of that, it wasn't as hard as raising six kids. So with that said, when I got started, I was 22 years old, just 22. And so I had no frame of reference because I didn't grow up with a dad. My mom wasn't married. She never lived with another man. So I didn't know what I was doing. A lot of it was winging it. So I went to a church that was amazing. Safe Harbor, Montgomery, Dr. Hart Ramsey. He taught me to get a counsel immediately of men who are familiar with or have been through a very similar situation to me. Now, it's not a whole lot of men that's been through something like that, but I found men who had stepkids. I found men who had married into certain situations, and these men blessed my soul. Just a couple of them: Sam Duncan, Mr. Perry, Brian Hart, Brian Horn. Thank you guys so much for everything you did. They got me through about 10 to 15 years of my kids, with my kids. So I watched the difference between how I thought prior to them and how I thought after talking to them. I took constant situations to them, and they kept being very honest and open and pragmatic with what they were giving me. Although they were in this church, most of what they gave me was practical information on how to parent, what I should be thinking, what's the goal. And they didn't tell me exactly what to do, but they gave me guidance. They gave me guidance, guidelines. They gave me tools and information that really helped. I could not have made it through that time without them. I am so, so grateful. So I said all this to tell you, if you're a young man or you're in a situation where you're new and maybe you don't know how to navigate this because you've never experienced it, get you a counsel. Two to three men, maybe four, that you can take to all the situations in your life. Take it to them. Now, there's some pride that you're gonna have to overcome to be able to do that. But what I need you to do is make sure you start taking these things to these men and allowing them to help guide you through these situations. You're going to gain a lot of insight. You're going to learn a lot of stuff, and you're going to be challenged. But the best part to me was how they held me accountable for my decisions and how they kept challenging what I was thinking. We had some tough conversations, but I appreciate those men so much. I need you to remember that the goal is growth. Growth happens in the journey. Enjoy it.